I told everyone, I was like, no one's going to watch this. Who watches TV anymore? I did get some hate mail. Not a lot,
hate
though.
mail? I remember walking to the room by accident. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I was like, it was Lego Masters only. I'm like, okay, sorry, Dom. And I just walked out.
Of course, Dom would
it was always
out. Dom, you turd. And I feel like Lego really was kind of more of a boys club than it is now. And this is just within the last 5 years. But they did come out and they said some really hurtful things. And it made me feel like super unwelcome.
And now I forgot what I was going to say to feed off of that.
Great host.
I'm so
You don't
sorry.
have notes? I'm always worried people don't like me.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why I resonated with Emily's podcast, because I think that I don't look the same, and you guys are not going to want to put me on TV like I look like a monster, you know? And a huge part of the reason why I'm so worried about that win is because I don't know if I truly deserved it as like a builder. I didn't want to take a pity win. I'm the one who always says that I'm a bad builder. And I think this goes back to like something that a lot of people in the community maybe need to hear, like, no.
We're technically started, but we're not. I could just start it pretty much whenever. But, okay. Okay, we're just going.
I am.
Come along with
hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Wow. Well, thanks, Krystle, for coming on. Yeah, I didn't expect to ask you to come on here until
you saw me and figured out how cool I was.
She just keeps looking at the camera. It's going to be a thing. No. So you messaged me a little bit ago with Emily's episode. Yeah, there. You see the connection there? You see the connection there?
I see. He tricked me.
I got you. I'm
leaving.
Well, to be fair, like you brought up some good stuff that I wasn't really thinking about for you at all. Yeah. And it kind of put two and two together, and I was like, oh, you might have an interesting take on that, because Emily's episode was a good one. And it definitely resonates with you in a way.
I like her.
I
like her a lot.
We're great. But a lot of the episodes in the show, I just kind of record randomly, and any conversation that happens, if it resonates with people, great. If it doesn't, then whoops, at least it kept you busy or entertained while you're doing whatever you're doing. But this one definitely helped you in a way.
I did. I really appreciated watching that. I felt like, you want to retell the story a little bit, so viewers, if they missed that one, they know what we're talking about.
All right. So Emily got back into pretty much not feeling accepted in the community based on a number of factors, whether that be she's a woman, that she hasn't been doing Lego for a very long time, kind of imposter syndrome a little bit.
Yes.
So I played a couple clips as one clip as a short, kind of condensed in a little bit. And then immediately after I posted it, you messaged me and said hi.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I feel that on such a deep level, especially after season 1. Mm-hmm. Season 1, I felt like, a lot of people online were, they were, I got interesting feedback. And what was really weird is that even in my community, so I come from more of like a cosplay community, which I don't really do anymore. I mean, these wings are pretty much, it's something that I'm kind of getting out of. It got a little too risque and a little weird. So I was like, it's not really what I got. This is not what I signed up for, I do not have an OnlyFans. Not dissing anyone who does. Like, good for you, girl. Like,
hey, whatever.
Or guy,
do what you gotta do.
Yeah, make that green. But for me, it's just kind of, it turned into something that I didn't sign up for.
Yeah.
And when we got asked to do Lego Masters, Amy and I, for season 1, it was, first we told them no multiple times because we thought it was a scam.
Oh, so you guys actually knew each other before?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You weren't put together.
Yes, we were awesome. We were in the cosplay community in Dallas, and we both like Lego. And for years, our friends have been trying to get us together. And so I actually invited Amy over for a Christmas party, ironically, a few years before Lego Masters. And she showed up wearing the exact outfit as me.
Ah, cute.
It was such a weird outfit, though. It was Santa Claus riding a unicorn through space.
Exactly the same.
So the weirdest thing, it wasn't even exactly the same. It wasn't like we bought it from the same store. They were like slightly different, but there were two Santa Claus riding different unicorns through space. And we were both wearing galaxy pants, and it was weird. Is there
a photo of this somewhere?
Yes, actually. There's a photo of us matching laying in a pile of Lego.
Wow.
Because I had a Christmas party I was hosting, and when we like met, I was like, we bonded so fast, and I was like, forget the party. Like, you like Lego? Yo, come here, you know? And we just dumped out this bin of Lego and made snow angels out of Lego.
Oh, cute.
And then we became really close. Yeah, so season 1 kind of happened, and even people in the cosplay community, like in Dallas, people who have been to my house were like, oh, Krystle doesn't even like Lego.
Really?
She just did it for the show, you know? And like, I'll be so real with you guys. Like, I did not ask to be on Lego Masters any of the 3 times. Like straight up. And in fact, the holiday special, I was supposed to do the first year that they did it, but I was getting brain surgery. So I was like, I can't make it, you know? But Australia, I said yes right away. I was like, you guys are gonna pay for the flight? I mean,
we're definitely gonna get into all of that for sure.
But yeah, as far as like the community goes, it was weird because I had the cosplayers dogging on me for, you know, they're like, oh, I've known Krystle forever. I didn't know she shouldn't even like Lego. And I'm like, you've been to my house. You've seen my Star Wars collection. And I used to kind of hide the Lego. Like the Lego was kind of like, I collected toys, but the Lego was like a step further of like dorkdom that like I wasn't really like.
Great, we're all dorks. Thanks.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, I just felt like, I don't know. I felt like collecting like Kenner Star Wars toys were like, okay.
That's pretty.
They're okay, cool, you know? And then like the Lego was a little childish.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
Calm down. People, calm down. And, but at the time.
I don't take that as a diss at all. That's fine.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is, after Lego Masters, I was like, I'm allowed to showcase this weirdness, you know? And that was, God, 100 years ago now.
Okay, let's pause that before we keep going down your lore. Couple things. So you were approached to Lego Masters, right? As
Correct.
most people at least a bunch of people that I know have been as well.
Yeah.
I do remember, because I was running the Lego store at that time, right? So in Glendale, California.
Yeah.
So you guys were there like every weekend, and I figured out whenever someone got kicked out because you didn't show up the next weekend, and everyone could always give me an update. But I do remember the casters coming through, and they're like asking me for certain individuals types, and they really wanted me to come on because of my military background. I'm like, I can't. I work for Lego. I cannot be on the show. So they were trying to fulfill certain, I guess, characters.
Yes.
And they specifically said yours. And it was kind of funny. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I was like, what did they say?
I don't remember. It was like something like 2 girly girls. I think that was the one.
We need generic cosplay girl.
Something. I don't think they mentioned cosplay, but they're like, you'll know when you see
girls? Do you know any girls who have
They asked me a lot of that. Like, do you know any women that do Lego?
Casting has reached out to me every year since and asked for women.
Always.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. They're like, yeah, well, we have 2 already, but we're trying to find some other ones as well. And I'm like, I can't answer this question for you. So I do remember that. So that was that. I just want to throw it out there. And then eventually made it on the show. I knew that you were on the show because I knew Mel and Boone. That was a funny story amongst like just seeing each other for the first time. So he kind of like, when you guys would show up, he would introduce or at least describe all the contestants that were on. And one by one, you guys started getting knocked out. And then that was
got voted off the island.
How was your season 1 experience?
Honestly, awesome. Season 1 was so fun and fresh and crazy. None of us knew it was happening. None of us knew. I told everyone, I was like, no one's going to watch this. Who watches TV anymore? I didn't realize it was going to be on Hulu or streaming. They were like, oh, it's just going to be on Fox. I was like, I don't even have Fox. Like, I was like, nobody's going to watch the show. And then people did, which was great.
Well, yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah. And we were the COVID guest.
Before the COVID.
No, we were during lockdown.
Yeah.
We were airing
during lockdown. Yeah, I was gonna say, no, you guys were recording right before it all happened.
we got to record back in the olden times when the world was not dying yet.
In LA.
Yeah, we were in LA. We filmed at the office.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. I remember Mel telling me that I was freaking out because the hills were on fire.
What?
Oh wait, that was a different season. Yeah. No. Mel said that he was because it was still there.
That was after Amy and I left.
Yes. That sucks. I'm sorry. My bad.
So Amy and I made it halfway, and we got voted off on my favorite build.
I don't remember.
The Cyberpunk. It's okay.
Oh, there we go. The black, that was mainly black.
Yeah.
And like pops of teal and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do remember
neon.
that. No, but I remember watching the whole, I mean, I knew what was happening the whole time. And I do remember seeing you all like kind of rummaging around Bricks LA. Because you guys are all technically still here. Do you guys all come back for that?
Yep.
And then that was it. So what kind of like feedback did you get from the LEGO community like after it was already?
So at Bricks LA, it was awesome. It was really, really amazing. And I did get some hate mail. Not a lot,
hate mail?
No, not a lot. Not a lot.
Is this through Instagram or an actual email?
Yeah. Mostly Instagram. But I'm going to be real. Like, the LEGO community is so incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It is seriously, I have really shifted more towards LEGO and started hanging out with the LEGO community more than the cosplay community or like convention community. It just feels better. Like, I feel like the LEGO community really does have that like, everything is awesome mentality.
No,
and it's such a unique group of people who want to share how they built this, share techniques. And I think conventions like Brick World are so important and so honestly magical because the love here is so intense and
real.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My first Brick World was actually last year and I cried the entire ride to the airport afterwards because I was, and my Uber driver was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm just so happy and sad that I'm leaving," you know?
Well, last year was also special for you because it was all the seasons.
All the seasons.
Yeah, even the one that hasn't aired yet, but you know, you get to reminisce with 1, 2, and 3 for the most part, all of them.
Yeah.
And you guys were all together, so you had your own. I mean,
everybody came.
You had your own. I remember walking to the room by accident. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "It was Lego Masters only." I'm like, "Okay, sorry, Dom," and I just walked out.
Of course, Dom would kick you out. Dom, you turd.
Yeah, but. You guys all went through something together, and so this is like
trauma bonding.
Yeah,
yes.
Trauma bonding. Totally.
I know everyone on the cast is going to say that. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is because
yeah,
building on Lego Masters is not like building in real life.
No.
You're like cutthroat to the the timer.
It's I wouldn't use the word cutthroat.
Is it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Why not?
Well, I never build to win. I'm going to be real with you. For all, that's a lie. The last season for Australia.
I'm about to say.
I didn't build to win for me. I built to win for Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle wanted that so bad that I was like, I am not going to, I will not be the reason that we're going home. Like,
I mean, you didn't look happy building those bricks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was fine until Brickman was like, mathematically, you're not going to have time to do it. And then actually mathematically, yes, I did do it and more. I did the paintings too. Like it was awesome. Like we killed that one.
It turned out so well.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, that win I feel very proud of. The holiday special, I don't really feel like I deserve that trophy.
You were working with Rob and like he's a Marine like me. So I know he's hella funny. And when I saw you guys paired up, I'm like, hell yeah.
He's hilarious.
I wanted him to win just because of the bias of me being Marine as well. So
fair. Yeah. But Caleb's was far superior in so many ways. It was way cleaner. It was stunning. Like if they sold that as a set, I would rush out and buy it.
Of course. Caleb's awesome.
Caleb is the best. Caleb, I freaking love that kid. Like Caleb really should have won.
Shout out to Cheesy.
You should have won. You know this. The community was not happy about that. So Lego community, just so you guys know, I asked them to reshoot it with Caleb winning. They told me no. I agree with you guys. Caleb got robbed, and it is what it is. I don't know what to say. But I do feel like I won the Australian trophy. Or Michelle and I won the Australian trophy. But yeah, so going back to season 1, I just had a lot of males in the Lego community and not really the ones that come to the conventions. Let me point that out. Okay. It's like a lot of like, there aren't many. There really aren't many. And I cannot stress that enough. But were a few Lego trolls that were, and okay, don't get mad at me if this is your specialty, but it was like a lot of the military builds. Yeah, you know the dudes.
Yes, I do.
You're like, yeah, it's me.
No, it's not me. I'm not. I don't consider myself a mock builder like you. I build giant armies. That's all I pretty much do. But no. The military. Okay, to be fair, the military Lego community are super like assholes when it comes to like realism and
his words, not mine.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Am I hitting your brand? No. They critique very harshly.
Well, they critique the person, and that's what I had a problem with.
Oh, okay, never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah. They weren't like happy with me entering the space. And
really?
Yeah. And this is
surprising.
This is like season 1. And I feel like Lego really was kind of more of a boys club than it is now. And this is just within the last 5 years. I feel like Lego Masters, the TV show, really opened it up to, it's obviously Legos for children, right? And it always has been. But I feel like the show has really opened it up to more of like a family event. Those guys, there weren't many. There really weren't. But they did come out and they said some really hurtful things. And it made me feel like super unwelcome. And I just, I didn't know what to do with that. And it was a dark time. It was the COVID times. And
so you have no choice but to look at it.
Yeah, kind of. I was stuck at home, and my face had just become paralyzed. And so I was dealing with like a lot of insecurities, and not just with going on national television and, being an artist and showcasing my art, showcasing myself, and my past life as a cosplayer who made money on my looks just being taken away from me. It was just like a really hard time to get hit with that. So they stood out. It was like louder than usual. If I got them now, I'd be like, okie dokie, that's nice, But at that time, it was very amplified. And I didn't know, I would say for honestly, I'm still figuring it out. Where do I belong? I'm not really cosplay and comics anymore. I still write comics and I still write and I love doing that. I'm just not so much a fan of going to the Comic Cons.
Okay. I was about to ask that. So you don't do much of that anymore. I know you do the Trek stuff.
Do the what?
The Trekkie stuff.
Oh, the Trekkie stuff. Yeah. Yes. I go both ways.
Okay. I'm not a Trek. I'm the furthest thing from a Trekkie. I think Deep Space Nine was the last thing I watched.
That's a good one. Yeah. TNG, Deep Space. The OG.
Okay, so right now, how do you feel about
where
you're
do I
at?
belong?
Yeah, right now.
I belong to my all-female book club, and it's the best place to be. No boys allowed.
Oh, so no guys are allowed in your book club?
That's right.
Oh, that's kind of jacked up.
You know what? I got a lot of no girls allowed for a very long time, and I was like, what?
Fair enough.
Fine. I'll make my own club.
Well, I mean, okay, so look, I see you a lot in the Lego sphere now, and I feel like you're, at least in my peripherals, you are pretty accepted. Look at what you brought downstairs.
Oh, can you say that again?
Okay, so what did you bring downstairs?
What did I bring? I brought, they just released the Milky Way. And before it came out, I was like, I need that set. The parts in that are amazing. So I built one that's 4.5 size, larger than it is. And it's not a 1-to-1 replica, I made it in a week. It's not the best, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. And then I brought one of my tiki masks, and I have a series of them at home. I reached my limit for weight for this show. I flew here. Took me 13 and a half hours. We're not going to get into that. And
she just drove.
Yeah, driving would have been 11 and a half hours. But yeah, I brought one of the tiki masks that is blacklight. So I can't wait for that to happen at night. I did bring some stuff from Australia as well, just kind of re-mocking what we built for the show. Michelle did too, and they're so cute. I wish our tables were closer, but it's okay.
That's okay.
And then I made a D&D mock with a whole group of people. Jesse put it together.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah, they were playing it yesterday.
Yeah, I was still coming. But that one was actually my favorite one to build because it was like I just got to be super wild and dorky with it, I'm in a D&D group at home and with some of my girlfriends and guy friends, and that one it was just fun. And I felt like I got to have my Comic-Con nerd kind of come out with that. I just released a video game with one of my best friends as well, and it's if you like D&D and WoW, yes. You look so shocked.
No. The video game part was that was a shock. I never played D&D. I didn't play World of Warcraft, but I played Warhammer 40K.
Me too. Well, actually, I didn't play much. I painted them and sold them for college.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you paint? Well, what would you paint?
I did a lot of like a lot of the big Space Marines.
Mhm.
So I love the Space Marines, and we did a lot of like the Chaos
Yeah.
groups. And I would paint them and sell them for like, I worked at a comic shop.
Oh,
and
okay.
so yeah,
That makes perfect sense.
I get very nerdy.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
we could go down that road.
I want to go down the Warhammer stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have massive Warhammer 40K. Like I have full cosplay of that. I'll send you a
What?
picture. You should post it on this. It's awesome. But
As what, a sister?
mhm.
A Depth of Sororitas? Wait, which
Yes.
one?
Blood for the Blood Gods.
Who's that?
What?
Are they the red ones?
They are the red
Okay,
ones.
the red ones. Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right. I had a sister's armor, but it was just given to me, and it was the ones that were the black ones. I forget what they're called.
Oh, black and gold?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the basic ones.
Yeah.
But no, I played Space Marines and Eldar. That's what I did.
Okay.
And then I lost it all. But
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
go ahead.
actually not like, I don't game that much,
You
but
just paint
I've
'em.
been in, well, I worked in the gaming industry for
Yeah.
a really long time. My first game that I worked on was actually Star Wars Connect. So
Ooh.
I did a lot of the dancers for Jabba's palace. It
Mhm.
was like the Connect game, you could like dance along with it. And
Mhm.
so I worked in a studio in Dallas, and we did a lot of the mocap. So I started
Okay.
in mocap and kind of branched out from there.
So is that what you do right now?
I am a jack of all trades. I'm very ADD. Yeah, I worked in the film industry for a really long time.
Okay.
I did VFX. So I did photogrammetry.
Mhm.
So photogrammetry is like you have the big booth and you
Yeah.
have the actors come in, and then you send that to the VFX department.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
I had a little bit of experience with that lately with a friend of mine. So
very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That was fun.
they're becoming more and more available because
Mhm.
cameras are getting cheaper and cheaper, and
Mhm.
you can buy 150 of them to put in a trailer, which is awesome.
makes sense.
So
So back to Warhammer.
Ah!
So you hustle like painting, and that's what you do a lot. I see that you have the comics, you have that.
Yeah, I'm really ADD and I cannot do a 9 to 5. Can't, won't.
So you're like a 9 to 5 hustler, 24/7.
No, like five hours a day I work. I work for 5 hours a day, and then I
Okay.
feed my ducks and my dog, and
Your ducks, are those actually your ducks, or they just made a home there?
they are wild ducks. And if you follow my Instagram during the months of the summer months, you will see my ducks. I post them every day in my stories.
And your pool's slowly turning green.
Yes, it's blue right now. I pay the pool guy every Wednesday to bomb it.
Oh, okay.
So I put the ducks in the coop. Don't worry, you're not swimming in it. Yeah. But yeah, they love me. I love them. My whole backyard. I've got a bunny rabbits and everything.
wow.
I am.
It's such a magical place to be.
It is. Yeah. I've got the green-tailed tiki because I actually raise anole lizards.
Mhm.
So I, at one point, I think we had like 25 anoles in my backyard that I knew by name. I could feed them all out of my hand.
Wow.
I'm a weirdo. So yes.
I'm like trying to figure out a way to go in this path, and it looks like
There's no path.
I'm like,
It's all
I'm
chaos.
trying-
Organized chaos.
okay. Back to Lego Masters.
You're like, I am regretting this.
I'm like, no, this is good. This is good. It's good. I'm like, I had a path of where I think I was going to go, and a complete shot to the left.
Then I came along.
But no, I do see the last visual that I got of your ducks is one of being stuck inside the screen.
That's my favorite video. You
I mean, how'd you get it out?
just
pull
walk
the
at
screen
it.
out?
No, they can get them themselves out.
But it was like going the other way, further
Yeah, they
away
gotta
from its
flap
family.
around with their
Yeah.
tiny wings.
Oh, dude. So what happens then when they fly away to, migrate? Do they just come back or
Yep, every year.
every year? So those same
Yep.
ones.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
yep.
That's cool. At least they know that's their home. Do you have names for them?
If I can tell them apart, they're just now. Last year, one was Tiny Tim because he broke a leg, and so we called him Tiny Tim. He was very visibly different from the others.
Oh.
This year, one has an orange beak, and that's the only one that I can really tell apart. Other than that, and yeah, but Dad's name is Howard,
Mm-hmm.
Howard the duck, and Mom Daisy. So Howard and Daisy come every morning and they chill, and it's honestly, this is why I haven't got a lot of work done lately. I just drink coffee and chill with them for like 2 hours every morning.
And read a book, obviously.
What?
And read a book.
Yes. Yep.
That sounds like a good life. Not gonna lie.
It's a good life.
That's
It
a good-
is.
that's
And then,
definitely a
and
good
then I
life.
stream at night if I can.
On Twitch?
Yep.
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 Yeah, you're part of the Twitch crew.
Yeah, Twitch is what they sent me here. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my Twitch family. Like they sent me this cute little backpack too. And then my skirts. I love they feed my ducks. They send me duck food for the ducks. So my Twitch crew, you guys are everything. They really are. They really
I gotta give it to Twitch. Like the Twitch community in Lego is like a solid one.
Solid.
Not used to seeing that on YouTube.
You're not used to seeing that on YouTube?
I'm not used to seeing that on YouTube. YouTube's cool and there are people that are close, but it's very open and clicky. So people like to hang out with specific people that they kind of migrate towards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twitch, you guys are always supporting everybody, and it's great.
Yeah, I love it. I do. I've been on and off streaming for like 8 years.
Wow.
I have a terribly small following, but you guys are loyal as hell, and I love you because I only stream maybe like 2 or 3 times a month. Okay. I'm the worst streamer.
Oh, because you're not doing it frequently.
No. I might have mentioned I am very ADD.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why I'm repeating myself a couple times. I'm doing it on purpose.
Are you?
Yeah, so you don't lose track of your thought.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a looper. So I coined that. I made that up.
I have no idea what that means.
Cool.
Okay.
So I talk in loops and I can also listen to the same song for like 10 hours at a time.
Oh, okay. I do that. I do that a lot when I run.
Oh, you're ADD too.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Lego Masters. All right.
Which one?
Okay. Ending season 1, you got kicked off. Brickmaster Amy cried.
And they cried at everyone.
They cried at, yeah.
They cried at everyone.
And then that was it. And then you took you showed up in Bricks LA. And then what was your Lego experience after that? Did you continue like building hard, or did you kind of take a break?
I tried to reorganize my Lego room. And this is gonna sound so silly, but I organized chaos, right? I did not have my Lego organized at all. And when I got back from Lego Masters season 1, I was like, I'm going to reorganize them. So I organized them by color, which is like the worst way to organize your bricks ever. I mean, if you can do that, great. You
don't like doing it by color?
No.
So you like doing it by pieces? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly didn't really learn that until Australia. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to like talk down about Australia, but their brick pit is way smaller than the US. Way less parts and way less organization. Like it's.
How'd you guys claim all those tan bricks, dark tan bricks to get your bricks?
So we were allowed. They gave us like the main one is pretty much always like free build for the most part for like I'm pretty sure like every season ever I think. And so right before we went on, like the day before, they were like, "Hey, give us kind of like a rough idea." Or like they said, give us a parts list. And we were kind of like, oh, we need a lot of this or a lot of that. So that is how.
Okay, I get it.
That is how we were allowed to make the massive,
sense.
awesome, beautiful thing that we did.
Okay, because Jamie came in once in my store and specifically got a bunch of sets for Technic stuff.
Yeah.
Like just that. He just uses discount to get pretty much everything off our shelves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know as much
and
stuff.
That's only for the final.
Oh, okay.
That is only for the final. Every other challenge, we have no idea what's coming at us.
Okay.
Like absolutely no idea, unless you're Felix. And then he knew every challenge ever. I don't know how. He's a magic magician. So
then what happened in the time frame? Because it was a little bit before you got back into the holiday season. That was first, right?
Yeah, I had a brain tumor.
Season 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had a brain tumor. So
whoops, I didn't mean to go there.
So yes, I stopped. I actually had to sell off a giant chunk of my Lego collection to pay for my brain tumor surgery because we live in America and health insurance is different here than it is in most other countries. And that's when I got really heavily into tiki art. And I did a lot of tiki art shows to pay for my surgery. I sold a lot of NFTs. What are those?
Wow. You got into that game.
I did get into that game.
Did you benefit from it?
I did.
Oh, there you go. Then.
Yo, Bitcoin, thank you. I don't like working 9 to 5.
No. I mean, like the more I'm learning from this, I'm like, I'm the 9 to 5. Completely, because I have no balls. And then
me neither. I broke him.
Good one. Good one.
By the way, now that we're talking about that, when you look at my galaxy, see if you can find the special spot.
Wow.
I've said too much.
I don't know where to go from here. I completely lost what I was going to say. Like, honestly.
I broke him!
What did I say before all that?
SOS.
What did I say before this?
Chicken.
No, that's not what I said. Okay, you had a brain tumor. You have to pay for a bunch of stuff.
Yes. And that's what got me into tiki art.
And that's what got you into tiki art.
Yep.
And now I forgot what I was going to say to feed off of that
Great
conversation.
host.
I'm so
You don't
sorry.
have notes? Wow.
No, this is a free-flowing thought. Okay, you sold all your Lego.
I did.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, elf sets. Boo.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been on a journey to collect my elf sets ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Bricks Rodeo is coming up this year.
Yep.
And I actually made like this massive, I started it. I worked on it for 2 weeks and I stopped because it just got way too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I dumped like $600 into this mock and I was like, and we're done. But yeah. And then I don't know if I can afford to go to Bricks Rodeo this year. Like,
It's like in Austin.
yes, but it's going to be like at least $2,500 for me to go. The hotel, the gas.
Okay, hotel gas. Yeah, sure.
I live a life of luxury.
And you would drive. You wouldn't fly,
I would
right?
drive.
Okay.
And that's why I built this massive deal. And it was even like, I built like this like wooden base for it. And then I realized I couldn't get it out of the room unless I turned it sideways.
Okay. So did you at least sign up for a rodeo?
I did not.
Okay, so that's like around the corner.
They've been so kind.
Yeah.
They've been so nice. And I was like, hey, and then I just I did all the math and I was like, I can really only afford to do this in Brick Slopes this year. Just because I like I said, it's not just finance. I mean, that is a huge part of it. Lego shows are very expensive.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. But I also, like I said, I've got the game coming out. And with that, like it's time too, because it's, it would cost me a lot to go, but then it's going to cost me a lot to take off of work.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I want to go, and I'm still trying. There might be a slight possibility that I might just like slide into home like at the very end.
I mean, do you consider it to be your home convention now?
I've never been.
It's down the street technically from you.
It is 4 hours away. Texas is large.
Okay, but 4 hours versus
11,
13 hours coming
13
here.
and a half. Yeah, that flight was the worst in the world.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to make it anytime soon.
One of the girls, a girl that I flew in with, got stranded at the airport and she's still there.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't even comp your flights or anything?
Well, long story short, I bought a flight.
Yeah.
For the wrong day. So that was my fault.
Okay.
That was my fault.
You were supposed to come in Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I swear Michelle and I booked them together and I even sent her a text or like a screenshot. I was like, these are my dates. And she saw it. I saw it. My dad saw it. Nobody caught that I bought the wrong date. And so I got there on Thursday and like my code wouldn't work. And so I asked them and they're like, this is for yesterday. And I was like,
so you missed your flight, technically.
By a whole day. Ooh. And so, it was just a big mess of things. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we can put you on standby. I was like, no, I need to buy a ticket. Like I need to be there. Yeah. And they were like, oh no, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I was not fine. And 3 standbys later, I was like, just let me buy a ticket. I need to buy a ticket today. I need to be there today. And I spent $700 on a ticket to get here.
That's dedication right there.
I spent so much money on the mocks downstairs. Like
that you have to show it off.
You have to go. And my bags were already shipped here.
Oh, okay.
My bags were on the first flight. And if it weren't for Michelle, I would have had a massive meltdown yesterday. Michelle and Randall, shout out to you guys. There's a photo of like 250 pounds of Lego in all these bags that they literally like wheeled out and they took the bags for me here.
Oh, how sweet.
The Lego community is amazing. Yeah. There are like 1 or 2 rotten eggs, but honestly, 99% of us are honestly some of the coolest people in the world. Like seriously.
No, I know. I agree.
This is the best community I've ever been in my life. Minus those a few,
Well, you're always going to have those bad apples. That's for sure.
In every community.
Yeah, in every community.
That's not going to that's everywhere.
In my other community, it's pretty bad. There's a lot of bad apples.
Yeah, what community is that?
The motorcycle community.
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're in Texas. You see a lot of that. Yeah, so I mean that I've said it multiple times here, multiple places. Like coming from the MC world, it's very machismo, aggression,
Alpha.
very alpha and very like, I have to watch my back everywhere I go. That's pretty much everything.
I've left my wallet and my like phone everywhere here today.
Don't say that.
I know. I shouldn't do that. But like, I keep walking around and I'm like, oh my God, you know, because it can't happen. Like humans are humans. If I've learned anything from Trek, humans are humans.
Yeah. But here, I feel
no one took anything.
well, there you go. So like last year I bought like a huge like $10,000 mock, right? Easily can be sticky fingers everywhere. Not a thing was taken.
Not a thing.
I can leave a $50 like, you know, glove on my bike stolen quickly.
Yeah. For
so
sure.
it's I feel safe here. I feel comfortable here. I don't have to like worry about like someone like getting offended so easily. Well, actually,
okay, I take that back. We are a sensitive group.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of touch of the tisms around. You know, like I have the tism. I would say most of us here have ADHD, ADD. Somewhere on the spectrum. So we have little sensitive hearts, and we're all artists. You know, like we're little sensitive people.
Not to the point where if I say something, you want to hit me in the face.
Nobody's gonna hit you here.
See, that's the thing.
Unless you're Cody. I'm just kidding. I love you, Cody. Cody's gonna be like, what the heck?
If he listens to it to this far.
Cody, we're talking about you.
but you know what I'm saying though, right? So like in the MC world, if I disrespect you, you're gonna want to fight me.
Yeah.
And here it's like, okay, we can kind of talk our way through.
Or they'll just be like, all right, we're going to keep our distance from you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, there's no aggression whatsoever.
I actually felt really bad. This guy came up to me today, and it's probably a good thing I don't remember his Instagram handle right now.
Oof.
But he was like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, oh, cool. Do I follow you? And he's like, I don't think so. And he's like, I think I upset you once. And I was like, what? I was like, you must have had to do something really deep to upset me, you know? And he was like, oh, like a year ago or like a long time ago, I posted this thing about like how, you know, you don't need therapy if you have Lego, and you reposted it saying not true. And I was like, oh, I think I said that you should. I was like, I meant to say, if you're not already into Lego, stay away. It's actually more expensive than therapy. Because his post was something about like how Lego is cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
And I was like, false. Lego is much more expensive than therapy, right? Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, that's what you meant. And I was like, oh yeah, bro, I thought that was hilarious. I was just warning people to not get into Lego.
Yeah, he took it the other way.
He took it like I was like, no, you know, because it's hard to read on the online.
Context on, you know, what you're saying on post is definitely different for sure.
So I looked at him and I was like, yo, I was like, no. And so I followed him right in front of him, and I was like, and now we're great, you know? So I think
how long did that beef happen?
30 seconds.
Oh, no. How long was that hypothetical beef?
As long as he thought it was. I never knew anything was happening. And I think that happens a lot though too. You know, I think that we are kind of a more timid group. And I myself am very, I'm always worried people don't like me.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why I resonated with Emily's podcast. Because I think that, you know, having that self-doubt, like I'm full of self-doubt. Like, you know, season 1, Amy and I kept telling them like, we're not builders. We don't belong on your show. Mm-hmm. And then when we did the casting call, we were in a room full of like actual builders who were making like gorgeous mocks. And Amy and I made like the ugliest solar system ever, but we were laughing and goofing off. And like, we weren't there to win.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's why casting took us, because they were like, these girls are hilarious and weird. And, you know, okay, so they're not master builders. So what? Yeah. You know, they had Tyler, they had a shoe-in, you know, like they had their pretty build guys. They had Aaron and Boone, and, you know, they had really good builders. I think like the first people to go like are kind of like fluff builders, you know?
Okay. I'm happy you're saying it, not me. Okay, go ahead.
It is what it is. It's TV. And I think that's where a lot of people get really sad, especially people who like have tried out. I have a best friend. I will not say her name here. But she really, we actually tried out together for season 1, and that's how we met. And I kept telling her like, girl, you're a much stronger builder than I am. The only reason that we got on and you didn't is because we were crazy. Yeah. Like we're very entertaining. Mm-hmm. And she was like, what? So she tried out for season 2, didn't get it. Tried out for season 3, didn't get it. And I told her, I was like, don't care about going on the show. I was like, we got on because we didn't want to be on. Yeah. You know? Yeah, and so definitely. Season 4, she didn't even want to be on. And then she got on for season 4. I just narrowed it down a lot. My bad.
Yeah, I'm going to say you narrowed it down so much.
So hard. Okay, well, I love you, girl. But I told her, you know, and she was like, she laughed so hard when she got on because she was like, I don't even want to do it now. And I was like, welcome to my world, you know? In the holiday special, I I wanted to go because I thought, well, actually, I told them no for the holiday special too.
The first time.
Well, the first time I had the brain surgery, so I was like, definitely not going to reschedule my brain surgery for Lego Masters.
Oh, as you shouldn't. No. Prioritize your brain.
Right. And then, when they asked me the next year, I actually had a really emotional time with it because I was like, I don't look the same, and you guys are not going to want to put me on TV. Like I look like a monster, And they were like, what? And I was like, please, I was like, before you cast me, like, you need to do a Skype call with me to see if like I am even someone that you want to put on television. Like I'm not going to cry, but I had a lot of self doubt of how I looked. I took down all the mirrors in my house for a few years. I couldn't eat like a burger. I still have trouble. And if you hang out with me and you see me drink water and spill all over myself, but it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because you can't do a lot of the things that you used to do. And I think if you watch the holiday special and watch my face, it was very emotionally hard for me because I couldn't, the left side of my face was paralyzed. And this was after the surgery, and it was filmed, honestly, only like 7 months after the surgery. It was way fast. And I don't even know if I should have been doing the holiday special. I got no sleep at night. I had wild insomnia. I actually had night terrors during filming of the holiday special. The crew was actually really worried for me for a while because I was just like, I'm not sleeping. I'm on day 4 of no sleeping while building all day, every day. And I don't know if it made my creations better because they were so lucid, or I don't know, and a huge part of the reason why I'm so worried about that win is because I don't know if I truly deserved it as like a builder. I didn't want to take a pity win. Does that make sense?
That is why.
I don't want to take the win because I was like, it was a holiday special. We talked about my brain tumor. It was like a heartstring story.
Yeah, definitely.
And so when we won, they actually cut out my initial reaction because at first, like I was like, "Yay, Caleb!" And then like Rob was like, "We won," and he pointed at the screen. It's like Krystle and Rob, and I was like, "What? Like how? Like how? Like I thought it was Caleb, then Randall, then Dave." And then Rob and I, and then like Randall's broke. And so I was like, okay, it's Dave or Caleb, and I was like, probably, one of those guys are going to win. And when they called our name, I was like, okay, like what? It was just, and then like, kind of like, I didn't really feel good about the win, if that makes sense. I know that's really horrible. And my family's always like, don't say that. Like everyone's always like telling me not to tell the story. But I think it's okay to tell a story. I don't think I'm a horrible builder. I don't think, if I was voting, I would have voted for Caleb.
Okay. Now I'm on my side as someone who watched the whole thing. And that was the only thing I watched of season 4, by the way. Was it season 4? Came out season 4, right? Yeah. Your holiday special came out in season 4. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I shout out to everyone that I know that came on season 4. I didn't watch any of your stuff. I'm sorry. I watched the first episode and that's pretty much it. But I watched the holiday one because Rob was on there. You were on there too. So I watched more for Rob. I was happy that you were partnered with him.
All good. He was amazing.
I didn't notice anything wrong with your face.
Thank you.
Not a thing.
Thank you.
And then as far as your builds are concerned, I thought they stood up. They had story. They were colorful. So when you think of Lego Masters, as far as every time you build something, there are rules and parameters that you're supposed to accomplish every single time. It's not old news, it's not hidden. Everyone's pretty much said it. I think you're building in a way that you already build to that. Like you already know what you're supposed to do, like how it's supposed to be, like the storytelling, the color, how it's going to pop. And I think all your builds were fine. So although Caleb's was great, I accepted the win, and I thought nothing of it aside from, oh, great job, you won. So
that's good.
Yeah, I didn't take it I didn't think about. A lot
of people were like, messaged me and they're like, Caleb should have won. And I was like,
Caleb was
correct.
Good. Caleb was good, but
I'm not going to argue.
but since you won, I did not register the pity party until you said it right now.
Right? Oh, that's good.
Like I did not think of that until you said it right now.
That's good.
They only touched on it like once and it was quick. It wasn't like, you know, they
this
did
whole
show.
story.
Yeah, they did show a photo. I think they show a photo of you.
Oh yeah, they showed a photo.
And that was it. They never brought it up ever again. You didn't really harp on it in any way whatsoever. You're just kind of going back and forth with Rob, and then you're doing your bills. That's pretty much it. So when you won, I was just like, yay, you won. And you know, it's although it's not a regular season, like it's still cool. You're competing against 4 other people multiple times, and no one really gets kicked out.
I do like that. That's the only reason I went on. Stress. I was like, well, I don't have to go home. I can build as bad as I want to. And there was like pressure, but it wasn't like you're going to be eliminated, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that was why I went on, and it was hilarious. We were driving back after the winner was announced, like, and Dave looked back at me and he was like, none of us looked at you as a threat.
That's cold.
But was it? Because and the thing is, I'm the one who always says that I'm a bad builder.
Yeah.
And I think this goes back to like something that a lot of people in the community maybe need to hear, like, no. I think as artists, like it's really hard to see your work and know your worth with it. And, I didn't see myself as like, mainly because I do go to shows like this and I see like true masterpieces, and I wouldn't compare myself to those masterpieces. Like I'm not, and so it's hard for me to feel like I can call myself like a Lego master when I know there are people out there who are like incredible, Sorry. No.
You're one, you can't call yourself a Lego master. We understand the game and we understand what you have to go through. I think after 4 seasons, at least the ones in the United States, because that's mainly when we have access to. I think first season, yeah, you would get a lot of the imposter stuff. Like you would feel that, right?
Yeah.
But then you start getting what really happens behind the scenes, what you go through, like
no sleep.
No sleep. You're building
time for yourself. You have to be on.
Wearing the same clothes all the time.
Weird. Yeah. But you know what? It really affected me though, because when we did Australia, and I think this is why Michelle and I's bond is so beautiful. We were flying over on like a 15-hour flight. It's supposed to be 15 hours. And the whole time, I think I scared her out of her mind. I was like, I'm a horrible builder. Like, and when they reached out to us, they asked me who I would want to be partnered with in the States. And I had listed Michelle because I met her at Brick World the year before. And I was like, Michelle's really talented.
Very.
And I said, I think I could get along with her very well. And so when we found out that we were partners, I was so ecstatic. And but I also was really nervous because that imposter syndrome really hits me. I think it hits me very hard. And it's something that I've dealt with for a long time. But I think I scared her because I was like, I'm a horrible builder. And so she was like, oh my God, I want to win. And they just partnered me up with this like horrible builder. Like, and she's saying that because I'm telling her. This is not, I'm telling her. And the holiday special hadn't been announced yet. Mm-hmm. And legally, I'm under a contract. I was not allowed to tell anyone that I had won. I didn't tell my family.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't tell anyone. Mm-hmm. And Michelle and I we were filming episode 1 for Australia. And they were like, so Krystle, how does it feel to have won the trophy for the holiday special? And Michelle's face was so priceless. Her jaw like hit the floor. She was just like, what? And I was like, hey! And she was just like, get out of here. Like, she was so shocked. And she was like, you kept saying you're a bad builder. And then I told her the story that I just told you with Caleb. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, I really don't feel like I won. And so I think I kind of psyched both of us out. I think that I put a lot of pressure on the team because of my self-doubt. Mm-hmm. And I'm so thankful that Michelle is such a strong individual, because Michelle was like, no, we're winning. Like, we're going to win. And I was like, if you say so, and the more time we got to build together, the more I saw this determination in her that was so strong. And I wasn't even building for Brickman. I could care less what the judges thought of our builds. I really was building to make sure that Michelle was happy, because I wanted to, this was the first time that I've ever walked into a Lego Masters arena and cared about winning. The first season, Amy and I were like, free trip to LA. We're going to get voted off number 1. Like, Amy and I like did not care, and we just had the best time. And I think that's why, honestly, we probably got as far as we did because we should have been sent home a long time ago. And right when we were getting our groove, that's when they sent us home, which is fine. And then the holiday special, Dave was right. I wasn't really a threat. At least I didn't think so. I told all of them the same thing. I was like, I'm here for fun, like I'm here to the brick pit. I don't have that at home. Like, if you guys are going to invite me back and I can free build with millions of dollars of Lego, yes. Yeah. Yes, please. But it's that rule, like that 10,000 hour rule, right? Like the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Yes.
And I am the builder I am today mainly because of Lego Masters. I was a set collector before that, and I know a lot of builders get really upset with that because a lot of builders are like, well, I'm a super talented builder. Like I should be on Lego Masters. And you are completely right. But again, it's a TV show. It is the personality, and you have to have, they take on some really great builders, but then they also take in, it's not fluff, but like the personalities that are decent builders, but not master builders, and I have always been very aware of that. And, it is what it is. And I think now that I've spent this much time building, I couldn't even tell you the exact number, but we're getting up there with all the Twitch streams that I've done, with all the Lego Masters off-camera builds that we've done. I am a better builder than I obviously was when I started. And I think that I'm finally getting into my groove of like accepting that and knowing that. It just took me 3 seasons and 2 trophies.
My heart is like with you right now, like going through this whole trial and emotion that has been like hitting you with your own personal life, with television, because it's like up for everyone to see your personal business, and then the community that backs and accepts Lego Masters, right? And wow, I personally cannot relate to anything. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm like, I commend you for the strength that you have to be able to put up with it. Because I feel like if it, any other person would be like, screw this, I'm out, and not continue with it. And like, if you were getting flack from season 1 to say yes to a holiday special, like to put yourself out there after what you're already going through, like that's a whole different type of determination. And then after that, to represent the United States, like against Australia of all countries, like
Denmark, my friend, against Denmark and Germany.
But Australia was like the known, but it was a known like, oh, these guys are just focusing straight up on Lego, not the on skill, and then US is all about the personality. Yeah, and it was you and Michelle, and we were like, okay, cool. I mean, I didn't really watch it either. I had to it was nowhere to be seen, so I didn't know where to watch it.
You can literally just Google how do I watch Lego Masters Australia versus the world on YouTube. Google, and it will come up.
Someone posted them all on YouTube.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, so
I am not, Michelle and I are not allowed to post the link for whatever reason. So
that's odd. Okay. but a lot of us were like myself was following what was going on through your stories and posts that you're sharing back from other people watching it that were able to watch it. But anyways, to be put up against them, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny when every time they put the U.S. innuendos in there. When you said power and the eagle flies by, I'm just like, oh wow, we're just getting dissed left and right. So, but to like be put against them and to win, I think that's a huge redemption arc right there.
I think so too. And Rob actually helped me a lot with that. Rob Riggle saw my my self-doubt, and he nipped it so hard, and he taught me how to have the fake persona of like that strength and that like very almost comical, like I'm the best kind of attitude. We even put like hashtag best, hashtag #1, like, and Rob really, like, he even pulled me aside and like talked to me, because when I first met him, I was like, we're probably not gonna win. I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, these guys are really good, and I'm fun. So, and he was like, what? No, you're good too. And I think I said it a few times and he was like, okay, stop. And he was like, all right. And he like sat me down and he gave me this like military pep talk about like fake it till you make it kind of speech.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was about to say you fake it till you make it. Yeah, you did it.
And so he was like, listen, it's an act. Am I an asshole in real life? No. And I was like, well, that's fair. You've been pretty awesome,
Mm-hmm.
And he always plays kind of a turd, which is perfect for him. And so I started like really we started rubbing off on each other a lot. And I just started faking it. I was like, oh, we're the best. We're going to beat you guys.
Yeah, you definitely sound very US.
Yes. Well, and
very American.
And I think that's why when Australia saw that, they were like, we want her. We want that one.
Yeah.
And so when I came on, I think I really messed with poor Michelle's mind because behind the scenes, I was like, I'm horrible. And then as soon as the cameras were on, I was like, USA, we're going to take this town. And everyone was like, oh my God, who is this? Michelle.
That's US television, guys. That's what you get from that.
Yes. And the Aussies loved it. They thought it was hilarious. And Michelle was just like, who is this person? And so we kind of like, we had some heart to hearts about that stuff too. And, at the end, they show like a little clip of it, I think, during our final build. But during our final build, Michelle and I had like a really hard time working together at the beginning because our styles are so different.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of used to kind of not carrying the team. Amy was an incredible builder. Yeah. But I don't know, like especially with the holiday special, like Rob had no idea what we were doing. So
that's all you.
I took the lead for that. And so I was kind of used to that. And, this time I was like, Michelle, you are an incredible builder. I'm just going to let you have it. You take the lead.
You're in charge.
Your
cheerleader.
Yeah.
Let's
like
do this.
whatever you tell me what to build,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be like, I got you.
Hence the 50 million bricks that you made.
Yes. And I did all the 4 paintings too.
Yeah.
They don't show that, but I was like, I need a break. And so Michelle was like, paint. And I did one and she was like, I love it. Do it again. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then she was like, do them all. I was like, yeah. But yeah, she's a powerhouse. And we kicked ass and we won. And now I feel comfortable and I finally brought some stuff to display for my first time. This is my first time displaying Lego at a convention ever. So
you didn't bring anything last year with all of you here?
No, I didn't know I didn't know we could. I didn't know we were like I don't do Lego conventions. Last year was my I did Bricks LA. I did one in Brick Slopes. No, not Brick Slopes. Brick Cascade. Mm-hmm. And then this was my 3rd Lego convention.
Oh, wow.
I was not really a part of the Lego community. I didn't understand the undergroundness of it. Since Lego Masters, it's come to the surface. But before in 2019, I'm so sorry if that's mine.
I don't know. Is that your phone?
Maybe. I'm sorry.
I can't hear it. So
okay, maybe.
I just is that the elevator? Why is the elevator sound coming right here?
But I didn't understand the undergroundness of Lego because I kind of hid that. I thought it was almost too childlike for toy collecting. And now, of course, I've actually sold most of my Kenner stuff, and now it's just Lego.
Do you feel you're a part of the Lego community now?
I do.
Do you accept that people respect and appreciate your presence?
I really do. And I want to do a huge shout out to Ted Andes. Ted is my fairy godfather, and Ted really took me under the wing, and he's made me feel so accepted. And I will forever be grateful for Ted.
I mean, look, I feel like I've never heard a negative thing about you.
Woo!
So, I mean,
stay a little longer. I'm just kidding.
So to hear this story it's pretty intense. And I know it's affecting you still right now, even though you said it's not.
It is. Yeah. But again, I am at the end of the day an artist.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that most artists feel, no matter how big or successful you get. It's like that little dark cloud that you just have to keep painting white.
Wow, that was deep. that was I have no words to that. I mean, that was seriously deep. But I guess
and that's why we did the artist studio.
Well,
that is our final build.
Yeah.
And to date, the best thing that I've ever produced, and to do it with Michelle was an absolute joy to do, because it represented both of us on so many different deep levels. The ships were my tiki, the nod to my tiki and my love for the beach, and growing up on the islands. And you know, the Piet Mondrian was a nod to my time in art school and college. And the cactus was from Texas, and Michelle's from Arizona, and then the poppies, California poppies. But we were also in Australia, and that's like a huge significance to Australia as well. And it was just so beautiful, and it had the plant in there. I'm a plant mom, and it was so powerful, and it was all operated by the wizarding fairies. Like it was the perfect build. Like we could not have built anything more perfect to represent us.
No, you couldn't have. And that was, well, maybe you could have, but like that was, no, look, that was a masterpiece. And when that build was finally disclosed to everybody, I don't think anybody said anything negative about it. It was amazing. That was the first thing that I saw about this whole thing. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys won. Congratulations. But oh my God, you guys won. Look at this masterpiece. and then I watched the semifinal before that. And then I went back all the way through the beginning. But it was really, really good.
Thank you.
So where is it? Don't tell me they broke that down.
They broke it down.
Why? Don't they put all these up somewhere in like a Legoland?
I don't know. Okay, I'm not 100% sure they broke it down. But that's one of the reasons that Michelle and I recreated a lot of the stuff from that build and took it here to Brick World. So awesome. If you are here, you can see glimpses of the final build here on the floor.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, look, I have nothing better to close this out with, but thank you for sharing all of that. That was pretty tense, and I was trying to like swallow everything that would come up because I was feeling it too. So I'm so sorry that all this negativity has happened to you, even though
it wasn't a lot though.
It's still impactful.
It was impactful, yeah. And but you know what? I'm glad it happened. You know, because it makes me so much happier to be where I am and to appreciate the people who come into my life now.
Do you think it kind of fed into your last major build for the show?
100%.
And there you go.
100%. Every time I was laying those bricks, I was like, for all those people who feel like I shouldn't be here, like, I'm going to go faster. Just keep swimming.
Shout out to Dory. But thank you for coming on here and sharing with that. I mean, I was not expecting any of that. I just thought we were going to talk about how you felt, but this is more than I was asking for, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on here.
Is there anything you want to say to close us out?
Come hang out with me on Twitch, and yeah, you can see more of the madness there.
All right, thank you. Peace. Hey, man.